Welcome to Celebrity Reports, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of celebrities and uncover the stories behind the headlines. At 86, John Wayne's son finally confesses what we all suspected, and it is sending ripples through fans of the legendary actor all over the world. John Wayne, often referred to as the Duke, was one of Hollywood's biggest icons, a man whose rugged charm, larger-than-life screen presence, and countless roles in westerns cemented his place in film history. But behind the cowboy hats, the action scenes, and the fame, the story of his family has always carried an air of mystery. Now, with his son speaking candidly in his later years, we finally have a glimpse into the truth that many long believed, but were never able to confirm. Patrick Wayne, one of John Wayne's most well-known children, has been open about his father before, but it's only recently, as he reflects on his own life at 86, that he decided to share deeper details about what it was like to grow up with a father who was not only a parent, but also a Hollywood legend. The confession isn't a scandalous revelation, but a heartfelt confirmation of what fans had long suspected, that the tough cowboy exterior John Wayne portrayed on screen hid a deeply compassionate, sensitive, and family-oriented man who never wanted the world to know how much he valued his private life. Patrick revealed that his father's towering screen image often overshadowed his real personality. People saw John Wayne as a fearless gunslinger or a rugged soldier, but at home, he was warm, funny, and far more gentle than anyone outside the family could have imagined. What people never saw was how much he laughed, Patrick confessed, recalling moments at the dinner table when his father would tell stories that had the entire family in tears from laughter. For years, many fans suspected that the Duke's on-screen persona was just that, a role, and Patrick's words confirm it. Another point Patrick emphasized was how disciplined John Wayne was, not just in his work, but in his relationships. He admitted that while his father's career often took priority, Wayne always made an effort to spend time with his children, even if it was just small gestures like teaching them to ride a horse, playing catch, or sitting together to watch a movie. Fans have long suspected that John Wayne was a family man beneath his rough exterior, and Patrick finally acknowledged this truth, giving admirers a fuller picture of the man behind the cowboy boots. Patrick also spoke about his father's resilience, especially during his health struggles later in life. The world knew John Wayne as strong and unbreakable, but the family witnessed the quieter battles he faced. He wanted us to see courage not as something loud, but as something steady, Patrick explained. This insight confirms what many believed, that John Wayne's true strength wasn't just in his performances, but in the way he handled challenges with dignity. Interestingly, Patrick admitted that one of the hardest parts of being John Wayne's son was living up to the expectations that came with the family name. Fans suspected the children of such a famous figure carried a heavy weight, and Patrick confirmed that it was true. He said people constantly compared him to his father, often unfairly, and it took him years to embrace his own identity. Still, he expressed nothing but gratitude for the lessons his father taught him, especially the importance of perseverance and integrity. In sharing these reflections, Patrick also touched on the love John Wayne had for his fans. He cared deeply about how people saw him, Patrick said, because he wanted to give them hope. This echoes what many had suspected, that Wayne didn't just act for fame or money, but because he understood the influence he had and wanted to embody characters that represented courage, loyalty, and honor. Now, at 86, Patrick Wayne's confession isn't about exposing secrets, it's about confirming what the world has always sensed. John Wayne may have played the role of a tough cowboy, but behind the scenes he was a devoted father, a man with humor and heart, and someone who carried the values he portrayed on screen into his everyday life. Fans who adored him for decades can now rest assured that their instincts were right. The Duke was more than just an actor. He was the very embodiment of the principles he stood for.